Happy Hump Day, everyone. Okay, so, let's get to my low, my high, and my act of kindness. My low is the fact that it rained a lot. And that I'm starting to get to the, I guess I could only really describe it as like seasonal depression, I guess. Because, you know, I mentioned this before, but it's really right around this time, especially during the summer, or actually it's during the summer, especially this time, that I really started feeling like, man, I don't want to go back to school. I hate it. But, I mean, even though I'm clearly 32 years old, I don't need to go back to school. But the fact I'm sort of still kind of feeling that way, I mean, it's normal. I mean, that's what seasonal depression is. Funny enough, a lot of people actually feel seasonal depression during the holidays, which I actually never got. Honestly, it was always the transition from summer to fall that always got me, as opposed to, you know, the busy, frantic, hectic schedule that you get during the holiday season and then sometime after. But that's just me. But my high is, you know, I saw a lot of really great acts on America's Got Talent last night. That was incredible. And I do have to point out that today, my grandmother turns 88 years old. So happy birthday, Grandma. I love you. I'll see you a little bit later today. That'll be nice. And my act of kindness was I took her to get her hair done. Yeah, normally she gets her hair done on Fridays, and that's usually what I do when I say I chauffeured her around. But today she had to get her hair done. Not entirely sure, you know, what that entails specifically, but you know, it's there. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. Yeah, staying up till 10 o'clock at night always kills me. Although I will say, I actually had a better night's sleep than on Sunday night, so that's always a good thing. I can't believe we're already at Wednesday. Holy cow. So let's get into the acts. Bailey Graham, Dance to the Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. Shape of You, that's a good song. I like that song. A couple people had like their own original songs. Like Acapop did their own original song. I think it was called Glow, maybe. I think that's what it was called. And excuse me, Lily Mayola did her own original song as well. I mean, that's always really good. If we're being honest, like, I always feel like if you're gonna be singing on America's Got Talent, let's say that I was ever doing that, I think I would do something that's already been done, as opposed, because I cannot write a song to save my life. Which is, okay, like, this was always, like, the weirdest thing for me, but, like, growing up, and, like, even in my 20s, I would, like, somehow, like, a tune or, like, lyrics would get in my head. I'd wake up and, like, what was I just doing? Eventually, that sort of went away. So, none of that anymore. My point is, I'm not a Bernie Taupin, okay? I'm not a songwriter. I mean, if you don't know who Bernie Taupin is, he's the songwriter for Elton John. Like, honestly, when it comes to all-time great, like, duos that work well together, like, Bernie Taupin and Elton John are, like, the gold standard. And for those of you who are wondering, seriously, who was the actor who played I know Terry Edgerton played Elton John. Jamie Bell, that's who it was. Jamie Bell. He did a great job of playing Bernie Taupin in Rocket Man. That was really good. Let's see. There's a few acts that definitely made me laugh. I mean, the ventriloquist, Jack Williams, hilarious. I love me some ventriloquism. I love puppets, I really do. Oh gosh. Mike E. Winfield, he made me laugh too. Jack Hulse had a great magic trick that was fantastic. Okay, I gotta talk about the one act. I forget the name of the act, but he's able to project like some sort of camera on him, but there's a big screen behind him that makes him look like somebody else. And he made it so it looked as if Terry Crews, Simon Cowell, and Howie Mandel were singing Nessun Dorma on stage. Like that was hilarious. Fun fact, first time I ever heard the song Nessun Dorma was in Recess School's Out, where Mikey is trying to distract the guards. If you don't know, if you've never seen Recess at all, personally my favorite running gag of the series is when Mikey sings. It's the late great Robert Goulet's voice singing. Like that's actually my favorite running gag from the series. I really like that. I like that part. And distracting the guards, he's doing Nathan Gore. He's actually doing a little bit of the HMS Pinafore. And I actually know what they... And it's so funny. I know what the HMS Pinafore is because of The Simpsons. It was actually a really good Simpsons episode too, because like, Sideshow Bob is about to kill Bart, and like, wait. I was like, wait, you have a great voice, like, guilty as charged. Oh, wait, I was thinking, before you kill me, my last request would be, if you could do, or sing, the entire HMS Pinafore. And then Sideshow Bob was like, very well, I shall send you to heaven before I send you to hell. He was holding the knife he's about to stab Bart with. And, like, if you've ever heard, I'm called Little Buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, that's from the HMS Pinafore. Wow, I can't believe, wow. America's Got Talent made me talk about both Recess and The Simpsons. Actually, both of those shows, Recess and The Simpsons, are now technically owned by Disney. Wow, I really am a Disney baby. Holy cow. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I grew up, actually, before I get into my rant about, you know, actually, it's not a rant, but, you know, talking about Disney, I gotta say, America's Got Talent, it was awesome. You know, all the acts are on YouTube at this point. I highly recommend you check them out if you haven't already. And with that out of the way, what was I about to talk about? All right, Disney. Like, I think of all the things, like, I've seen, like, how do I break it down? Because a part of me was trying to see if I could break down, like, the important things I would watch in life. Like, the things I like to watch in life, but stop for whatever reason. Maybe, like, the show is no longer in syndication, or, you know, taken off the air, or it just never occurred to me that I could, like, find them again. Like, and there was a bunch of stuff, like Rugrats, back when that was on Nickelodeon, Thomas the Tank Engine, Sesame Street. I watched a little bit of Barney. And then it occurred to me, like, that was, like, before the late 90s, when anime really started to take root here in America. Specifically with, like, Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. And now, between Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, they're, like, two of the biggest things I love the most in life. I mean, One Piece wouldn't get here via 4Kids, unfortunately, until the early 2000s. But if it wasn't for Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, I really wouldn't have gotten into One Piece probably. So I guess it all adds up. But of all the things I have watched, I gotta say Disney's probably like, anything Disney is probably like the thing. Like, seriously, at my folks' place, we still have a bunch of VHS tapes of like all the Disney movies I watched. And actually, I think they're still there. I hope they're still there. I mean, I don't think here's the thing, VHS, it's in mirrors, because I remember watching VHS tapes when I was little and everything sounded fine. But when I got older, for nostalgia purposes, I'd watch like VHS tapes because we had a VHS player at home. And they sound kind of off. Did they just wear off over time, or was that how it always sounded? Like, literally every VHS tape I own, which is a real shame too, because I think of every VHS I've ever owned, the movie I watched the most was probably Muppet Treasure Island. Seriously, I used to count, like, I used to know what would happen every second. I used to know every line of that movie. I remember what it said on the back of the cover when the movie is like 100 minutes long. Like, is it really 100 minutes? I'm like, huh, it is. Interesting. Oh gosh, I'm tired. So, actually, one convenient thing about how like my phone works now, as I'm recording videos every day, is like on the top of the screen above like where the timer is, that tells me how long the video is. That's how I get like my text messages. And I literally, like, seriously, 20 seconds ago, I just got like a text from my mom saying it's my grandma's birthday today, which I literally said that at the beginning of this video. Like, one way or another, I'm going to be saying happy birthday to my grandma. Most likely when I see her in person a bit later today. But also, another member of my family because there are two members of my family that have birthdays today. And I talked about this specific family member before. But the way that she's related to my family now, and I know it sounds kind of weird and complicated, but she's my ex-step-grandma. If you don't know how that works, basically, before I was born, obviously I had no idea that my late grandfather on my mother's side had already gotten divorced and married someone else. That makes, that made that woman, a stepmom to my mom, and that technically makes her my step-grandma, I guess, if that makes sense. And eventually, that woman and my late grandfather had gotten divorced. So that makes her my ex-step-grandma. If that sounded a bit complicated, I'm sorry, but that's really the only way I could describe it in a way that sounded as if it, made sense. Let's see. I mean, I hope we wind up doing something tonight for my grandma. I hope we do. To be perfectly honest, last year on her birthday, we wound up going to Libs. That was awesome. I'm hoping we sort of do something. I mean, here's how I think. Here's what I predict is going to happen today. My grandmother loves KFC, and so I'm sure she'll be getting some KFC for lunch today. Looking forward to that. As for what we'll be doing for dinner, I don't know. It's actually kind of... It's hard to predict what specifically is going to happen today. I mean, if it turns out nothing happens, so be it. But I'm kind of hoping that, we get some. I mean, I hope we can go out for dinner. That'd be great to do. I mean, especially since, again, last year we went to Libs, and I hope we go to Libs again. Which is, I mean, seriously, I haven't been to Libs since, like, April. I mean, yeah, we kind of go to Libs sparingly, but we're definitely overdue to go again. And my grandma's birthday would be the perfect time to do it. I guess it just really depends on, where the day takes us. Speaking of where the day is taking us, right now it's actually bright and sunny out, which I really enjoy. I mean, Lord knows what's going to happen in terms of the weather as the day goes on, because, we had nothing but rain. It's just like, once it started raining, it just like wouldn't stop at all. And considering that for a lot of kids, this could be their last weekend before summer's over, I really hope it doesn't rain for them. I really hope not. Like, I feel really sad if they went back to school having had like a weekend where it was raining. I mean, yeah, Labor Day's this weekend, so a lot of people are getting a day off. But I still hope it doesn't rain. Even with all the good stuff happening this upcoming week. I mean, college football's back. Seriously, I'm really excited to see Ohio State play Notre Dame. That's going to be a good game. But we got to make it to the end of the week before we can see that. So I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It would do my YouTube channel greatly. As always, I am very humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk, which I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, always there back. Take care. Make good choices. 607 all day, baby.